We are live. Hello, everybody. How are you guys? 我家住在黄土地坡. Yeah, 现在 I can get it now. Yesterday, I hadn't smoked marijuana in quite a very long time. Actually, I'll talk about this in a second. I can't talk about it in the beginning part of the stream, or else my stream will get demonetized. Actually, all my streams get demonetized anyways. That's not really that big of a deal, but Lila, yeah, 可以出来了. Well, I'm here. I'm here, guys. I'm happy to see you. I hope everybody's doing well on this lovely Friday afternoon. It's 4:00 p.m. here in Los Angeles, California. I've spent the day, first of all, obviously lifting heavy things and putting them back down in the same place arbitrarily for about an hour. But then I also wrote a script for a new series that I've been trying to think how to do for a really long time. And I finally figured it out. I really don't know how to explain this. If you guys don't regularly try and force yourself to create, but if you do, sometimes you feel like you have a really good idea and it's just like missing something. And in Chinese, there's a great idiom that goes 画龙点睛, which means you put, I think it's like you put the tail on the dragon. And as soon as you put the tail on the dragon, you're like, oh, originally it was a dragon. And that's what happened today. I've been working with this idea for a new series I want to do, and I just couldn't get some of the pieces right. And today I finally got it right. So that'll be Thursday's video. This upcoming Thursday's video is going to be very, very, very interesting, very funny. It'll be a new series from Lila Farley and definitely an experiment. And if it goes well, then I'll definitely keep doing it. Yo, what's up, Aaron? Nice to see you. Long time no see. Can you please laugh at? Yeah. Well, I've got my Trump hat here just in case. Is that a Trump hat? Lila, 我家住在黄土地坡 asked me, Lila, is that a Trump hat? This is a Trump hat, but there is something different between this Trump hat and other Trump hats, if you guys can notice the difference. But this new show that I got, this new series I got coming on Friday, I've just been watching a lot of, no, it's totally fine. But now at least, now I think that at least for the near future, for the next several months, I think that I'm just going to do both streams every Friday. Just because it's too hard. I mean, it's hard for me to even remember which day when I was trying to alternate it and do it so that Europeans could come. I love my European friends, but guess what? It's 4 p.m. here, and I think it's only like midnight in Europe. So it's also Friday night. So you guys can come. It's probably not Friday night. It's probably not midnight. It's probably much later. Let's go Knicks. Yo, Peter, Gordon Hayward's going to go to the Knicks. For those of you that don't know, Gordon Hayward, who played for, what was it? Baylor? No, what was it? Butler. He played for Butler in college, in American college basketball, NCAA. He was very famous because he took a pretty bad team with the now Celtics coach, Brad Stevens, and they almost won, despite having very little talent. Now, Gordon Hayward is a beautiful white man that is also 6'10" and plays professional basketball in the NBA. Now, he is a great basketball player. He had some pretty bad injuries that put him back. But other than being a professional NBA basketball player, he also really likes to play the game League of Legends. Okay, League of Legends. I don't play that game. However, he likes to play League of Legends, which has enabled him to take on advertisements that have to do with League of Legends or computers, video game stuff. And then he also is an announcer occasionally for the eSports League. And the eSports League, I've heard, is like even more revenue than all the major sports leagues combined. And so this eSports thing is so big. And I've always told people, dude, as a gamer, who I am as a gamer, I think that it's going to be really cool when I start doing some video game streaming next spring. It's going to be really cool to see how the internet, the gaming society accepts me, if they accept me or not. Which I feel like they should. Oh, he's 6'7", dude. I think he's like 6'9". Peter, I think he's actually pretty freaking tall. I think he's like 6'9". I saw him one time. I thought he was like 6'7", but then one time I saw him and I was like, dude, this guy is giant. But But anyway, yeah. So what I was saying is like Gordon Hayward's just the perfect example of what fits in the modern video game industry, right? In streaming or in esports, whereas it's someone that's a professional in their own respect. They have their own field, their own craft that they're a professional in, but then they also love video games. And because of that, the video game community embraces them, which I am looking forward to starting that part of my career eventually. But we have 2 more songs that I have to come out with, 2 music videos as well, before any of that starts. The next song that I got, I put out an ad for actresses today. I tweeted it out and I made a backstage.com post. You cleaned up, new haircut. Oh, I did get I don't think I lost weight, but I've been lifting weights again. I've been lifting weights again, which is crazy because I didn't lift weights. So like when the pandemic hit, I started working out in my friend's garage, but then eventually I went back to my parents' house. When I went back to my parents' house, I just started doing push-ups and pull-ups a lot. And with good dieting, my body didn't change that much. I just got skinnier, but I still maintained like a good tone. And then I thought that was okay, but I did it for around 2 or 3 months. And I started to get bored of it. And once I started to get bored of doing push-ups and pull-ups and maybe some type like short sprints and shit, I felt myself getting bored, so I found a Gold's Gym that's not very close to my house, but it's worth driving to. It's an outdoor gym in their parking lot, and I drive there, and I've started lifting weights again. However, this Gold Gym, the people that are there, despite the fact that there's a sign right on the freaking door that's like, yo, you need to have a mask on. You have to wear a mask. Cruise Snowball, I'm going to answer you in a second. You have to wear a mask. And you go in there, half of the people, I'm not even exaggerating, half of the people are not wearing the mask correctly. They're either not wearing the mask, like they just have it off, dangling on their ear, or they have it pulled down with their nose exposed. And I'm looking at these employees who are doing nothing, like these Gold's Gym employees. They sit at the front desk, they'll play on their phone, and every once in a while, they'll put dirty towels in the towel thing. So today, I was just so frustrated. Over the last week, I started taking pictures of people not doing this. I'm going to show you guys this. Let me share this screen. I'm going to show you guys this. So I left a very mean review today. I want to hear what you guys think about my review. So I was so pissed, dude, because I just signed up for this gym and now I go in there and I realize like, oh, you guys are not enforcing the mask rule. Like, what the fuck? I thought that I signed up for a membership under the pretense that you have to abide by the California state public health law, which requires you, if you want to operate as a gym, you have to enforce this mask policy. And guess what? All their fucking trainers and stuff, they're just too scared. They're just too awkward or too afraid of a confrontation. And I was just like, I've seen this over the last 2 weeks. I've slowly but surely, observed before I decided to leave my 2-star Google review, which I will now read for you guys. This gym has a lot of potential. They can tell they put a lot of work. Oh, wait, hold on. I'll make it bigger for you guys so you can see it. This gym has a lot of potential. You can tell they put in a lot of work in the outdoor gym setup, spacing out the equipment in an efficient but safe manner. The problem is, despite investing so much into getting an outdoor gym setup, they're not enforcing the mask rule. At any point, half of the clients are either not wearing a mask or have it pulled beneath their nose. Gold's Gym Management, please understand that by not covering your nose, it is the equivalent of not wearing your mask. By the way, I don't know that. I'm just trying to fucking be intimidating. By not enforcing the mask mandate, you are also putting your customers at risk. But you're not only putting your customers at risk, but you're also risking getting shut down by state health inspection. Your employees often have nothing to do at the front desk, some even playing on their phone. Why not have them enforce the mask rule? Because it's confrontational and awkward? Well, I signed up for this gym under the pretense that you would adhere to state health standards. It's not my job to enforce these standards. It's your job. Please do your job so your clients can enjoy a safe workout environment. Thanks. And I got 2 likes, one of which I gave myself. So this is the most Karen thing I've ever done. Chairman Mao is so correct. Chairman Mao, this is why. Right. Yeah. So I can't pronounce your name. I'm just going to call you Rye. Chairman Mao and Rye are correct. You guys are totally correct. This is why I hesitated for so long. I hesitated for so long, and I was like, do I want to do this? And then I kept looking around, and I would see these employees walk by, guys that literally have their mask off. And I was just like, okay, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. I'm going to write this. And who just said I have too much time on my hand? No, I did this in between sets at the gym. Okay. I did not. I was between sets at the gym, and I just like, I probably spent like 10 minutes just making sure like all the grammar was at least clean and it read nicely. And they already responded. The management already responded to my post. Listen, I don't Karen a lot. Okay. I'm actually really nice to servers. I'm really nice to people at the front desk at hotels. I'm really nice to people that check you out at the grocery store. I swear, you can ask any of the people that work in those positions around places where I lived. I am a dude that is addicted to trying to make people laugh. Okay, I try to make people just like get an emotional response from them. To me, it's like a drug. That's why I do comedy. That's why I like to do music. I like to get an emotional response from people. I especially like to get an emotional response from strangers. So when someone doesn't know me, especially if they're like a server or something, I like to try and make a joke. Like I try and, I take risks in my joke. I'll try and observe something or just anything that I can do to make them laugh. And if I get to make them laugh, for me, it's like a high. It's like a high that I'm completely addicted to. However, I've worked in service before. I've worked when I was 14, I was a bagger at a grocery store. When I was 15, I was a bagger and then also a cashier at a grocery store. I worked at a movie theater when I was freaking 17. Okay, I've worked in customer service before. If you give shitty customer service, especially if it puts your clients' and customers' health at risk, you can go fuck yourself. That is totally not okay. So, the response from the owner, here we go. Well, hello, Lola. We would like to apologize for your recent experience and are sorry to hear that you were less than satisfied. Please notify management immediately when you see someone not wearing a mask or social distancing properly. Together, we will flatten the curve. We will pass this feedback on to management and hope we can hit the mark for you on your next visit. Ooh, I don't know, man. That response in Chinese, they would say fuyan, which Chinese means like going through the perfunctory movements. You're just kind of going along. You're just saying it to make me, bleh. So you're eventually going to ignore me. You're actually not going to take it very seriously. That's called fuyan. Any of you that are studying Chinese, this word is incredible. You should learn it. Fuyan, because you can use it as a verb. You can use it as a noun. You can be like, 你是在敷衍我吗? Like, are you fuyaning me? Which means, are you just like bullshitting me, going through the motions? Okay, so this is that. Oh, send them pictures that I took. All right, let's look at the pictures I took. Let's see the pictures I took. People keep asking, is this a MAGA hat? Yeah, but it has a Russian on it. I don't know if you guys get the satire. No, I can't show the pictures of these other people. But anyway, I feel like they're a little fuyaning me. But I hope that they'll improve. And if they don't improve, who knows? Maybe I will. Who knows? Because either they give me my money back if they can't improve it. It's not my job to report people that are not wearing their mask. Okay, it's not my fucking job. You know what I hate so much? What really grinds my gears is when I go to Target and I have like, a cart full of like 16 things probably, and I'm waiting in line. It's like one person in front of me to check out, and a lady from the automated things where you can do it yourself goes, oh, there's open stations over here. And I'm like, dude, I don't want to fucking bag my own groceries. Okay. I'm not coming to Target to just pick stuff out and then have to work. When Target and when Walmart and all these other stores open up places for you as a customer to check out, when they invest money into like a self-checkout, instead of maybe hiring more employees to speed up the checking out process, they're putting the cost on us as consumers. They're putting the cost on us because the cost is time. If you are not a grocery bagger, I bagged groceries for a year. Yeah, fuyan. I bagged groceries for a year or for a summer when I was a young man, and then another summer when I was a young man. And it's not like an easy thing, bagging groceries and checking people out isn't the easiest thing in the world. Obviously, there's a lot harder things. But my point is, if someone's a cashier, they're getting good at being a cashier. They're getting good at bagging groceries, and that will speed up the process. It will not have to waste a lot of my time. I don't want to have to learn how to bag groceries because Target and these monster companies are trying to save money by automating away jobs. Like, I'm down for automation, but this automation puts the cost on the customer. It drives me fucking insane, dude. The woman's always like, oh, sir, there's a self-checkout lane open. I'm like, yeah, I know. I don't care. I'm not here to work, okay? I'm here to buy your goods. I'm not here to do your labor. What's going on, champ? Yeah, it's so easy sometimes, but like, what happens when you have like 16 goods? This is why I'm saying this, Michael. If you have, 3 goods and you're trying to get the fuck out, I understand that self-checkout lines are cool. Even 1 good, it's cool. But I got like a cart, dude. I got like 16 things in my cart, including like milk and heavy things. So it's goddamn horse shit, man. Also, I just think that, it's not easy to be a bagger. It's not easy to be a grocery bagger, and it's not easy to be a grocery clerk. It's certainly not the hardest thing in the world, but I don't think that we can just say that like, oh man, I think I'll just pick this up. I think, they claim it reduces the cost of your purchases, which it definitely freaking doesn't, dude. It definitely doesn't. Oh, Alexander, what's up? I was told that working with mask might damage your lung if you are doing cardio or squatting with heavy weight. So I only lift. Here's the thing. Working out with a mask does kind of suck a little bit, but I think lifting with it is not that bad. I mean, for lifting with it, especially as the cold weather comes in, I don't really mind it very much. However, if I'm running, first of all, there's no fucking way that you guys will ever see me running on a treadmill. I will never be in a gym on a treadmill running. I will go crazy. My mind is so scattered. I mean, you guys have seen it. Like last night, I hadn't smoked pot for a while. And then last night, before I did this Chinese stream, I just faced a joint. That's a good word for you English learners out there. Faced. If you say you faced something, 是个动词. If you say you faced something, that means you just took it to yourself. So if you faced a joint, that means you smoked a whole joint by yourself. If you faced a bottle of vodka, you just drank the whole bottle of vodka. So I just... you can see it in the stream last night after I faced a joint that I just have like serious attention span problems sometimes, but other times it can really help me. I can usually come back to where I like got lost in the beginning. But what I'm trying to say is if I'm on one of those treadmills, or if I'm on a bike, it just one of those, what are they called though? Those bikes that like all these old white people around me have. God, what is it? I forget whatever the thing it's called, but those, I just can't do that stuff, dude. If I'm sitting in one place for cardio, I will shoot myself in the fucking foot. There's no way I can do it. So what I do is I always run outside. Now, for those of you, if you guys run outside and you're like me, you're in your mid to late 20s or even 30s or even 40s, if you're going, you're getting older and you want to like take care of your body, you need to, when you're running and you want to run outside, first of all, you got to invest in good shoes. Now, you don't have to switch them as often as people say. People are like, some people are like, man, if you're running on concrete, you better switch those shoes every 3 months. That's bullshit. Those are running shoe companies trying to make you just buy more of their product. However, you should invest money. If you really take running seriously, you should invest money into a good pair of running shoes. I use the Nike Zooms. Obviously, Nike is not fucking paying me. But if you guys, I have high arches though. So it really depends on your feet. I have high arches. I run with Nike Zooms that are like $120 to $150. They're super expensive, but they're super worth it. You can run with them for like 6 months. And then you also have to first run just for like 10 minutes. No, not even 10 minutes. Run for 5 minutes and then stretch. Don't just stretch. Like if you just go out and you just start stretching before you actually do any movement, you can actually really hurt your body. You need to go out and you run a little bit and then you stretch all your stuff. And you should spend like at least 10 minutes stretching. And if you don't have the patience for stretching and you just think it's annoying and not fun, just do what I do. I listen to the same like song, which is really long. I listen to Transatlanticism by Death Cab for Cutie. If you guys know Death Cab for Cutie, I just listen to Transatlanticism, and it's like a 7-8 minute song. And I know that by the time that song's over, that my stretching's done and I can start running for real. If you don't do this, if you don't take stretching seriously, if you don't do it right, you will never enjoy running. But if you do stretching right and you've never enjoyed running before, you will eventually really enjoy running. I mean, who just said cardio is addicting? Yeah, Stray is so right. Running is addicting. Running for me is everything. I wouldn't even lift weights. If it wasn't for the fact that I just like to try and have, attract women. If I wasn't trying to just attract women, I would just run all the time. Running is the greatest thing ever. Like, you are naturally producing endorphins and eventually dopamine when you run. And so you will get a high out of it. You do get a little high. It's called the runner's high. And the hardest thing about running is the first 3 weeks. The first 3 weeks, if you can just do a mile, that's totally fine. Just do a mile, and then maybe do a mile and a half the second week, and maybe a mile and a half the third week. Take it really slowly, but be consistent. And if you are consistent with it, eventually your lungs will get into better shape. Your little muscles that control, that are around your shins and your ankles and stuff, they'll get stronger. Now, the best suggestion, though, is if you want to run, dude, you should not do it on concrete. If you guys can run and if you can go through the woods, a wood path is the best thing to run on. Gravel, I've heard, is okay, or track. The thing about tracks they're very monotonous. So tracks, will really, the monotony of it sometimes is hard. But if you run on concrete, so this is Bowen's right. So running is great, but if you do it on concrete, especially if you're running incorrectly, you can really fuck up your knees. You can really, and you'll fuck up your feet too. So if you guys can and you want to get into running, try not to do it on concrete. Try to do it in somewhere else. Try to do it on any other type of surface. But if you want something to do while you're running, obviously you can listen to music. Some people like listening to music, but what you should also focus on is when you're running. Dude, I'm going to get into this because I ran cross country in high school, and I've ran half marathons, not officially because I'm not a fucking loser. No, I'm just kidding. If you guys like half marathons, that's cool. But, in my height of running, I was putting 11 to 13 miles every other day. But the best thing you can do for running is right here. I'm going to give you guys the secret to running effectively, to being a good runner. So when you're running, you're like this. When you're tired, you're going to go like this. When you're tired, you go like this. You go like this. Once you get tired, you have to think about using your top 4 abs to pick up your torso like this. You go, and you keep yourself up. This is why so many runners have great 4-packs. That's why they have great abs on the top there, those top 4 abs, is because those 4 abs, you have to constantly think about them keeping your upper torso up and your chest out. Because if you're like this running, you're limiting your oxygen intake. You're limiting your oxygen intake by a lot. And if you come up like this and you're just concentrating on getting deep breaths, what's going to happen is you are going to cramp. You'll probably cramp. The first few times you do it, you might cramp and it might hurt and it will make you not want to do it. But if you do it and you continue to do it, eventually your abs will get stronger. You'll feel your abs getting stronger, and you should be able to see them as if you have a low enough body fat. And it will change your running because you'll get so much more oxygen. You get so much more oxygen in your body. And that will pump the endorphins into you, and it's a high, dude. It's a drug. That's why how people run those super marathons. People run 50-mile super marathons because they're just addicted. Don't run every day. Definitely do not run every day, because I think that would probably hurt you unless you're doing incredible amounts of stretching, which I don't think any of us are unless you're a professional. I would say run every other day with, a break in between, but sometimes 2 days in between to rest. You have to take care of your body. If you have to base the frequency that you're working out is how you need to treat. If you're working out rigorously and frequently, then you need to spend more time making sure your body is stretched and ready to go. Otherwise, you're just going to fuck it up. I see so many Chinese guys go to the gym in China, man. I saw so many Chinese guys go to the gym in China, and they would just go and like try and do some workout machines, and you can just tell that they had no idea what they're doing. And I was like, dude, I guess you can't Google it, but just Baidu it or something. Do some research. If you are trying to exercise, if you're trying to change your life with exercise, you should do the homework. Like 你要做功夫，你要做功课. Do the homework first. Learn what you should do one step at a time. Today you're just going to learn how to work out your back. And so just learn what's the key to working out your back. Well, most of it is keeping your shoulders rolled back. There's just stuff that you can learn that will make it so much more efficient. Because if you don't look up what to do before exercising, whether it's running or lifting, but especially lifting, you're never going to see progress. I mean, these guys that go into the gym and they just bench and they just have the freaking bar slam on their chest, they just pump it out. Like, that is the craziest thing I've ever seen. You're sacrificing the health of your physiological body in order to what? Look cool in a gym full of people you don't know? The key to lifting weight is don't give a fuck about what any other people think. Just look at it yourself. Like, look at your own body. And like, it's so stupid for people to see that more weight equals good. More weight is not necessarily at all equals good. It really depends on what type of body you're going for. But, I'm 6'3", and so I'm not trying to go for a very bulky body. I'm trying to go for strong, cut, and healthy. And that doesn't mean that you do heavy weight. That means that you do proper form. That means that you take your time to do an exercise. And when you take the time to do an exercise, you feel the pump. This is what Arnold Schwarzenegger talks about in that documentary, Pumping Iron. If you guys are thinking about lifting weights, because a lot of, my audience is 80% dudes. If you guys are dudes and you're thinking about going to the gym and trying to get some muscle, you have to really think mentally about the pump. Now, the pump, what's the pump? Let me show you. Let's show you. Dude, I have the white beater and this Trump hat. I look like such a redneck. All right. The pump is this. So when you're doing an exercise, you're like this. You go this. Right here, your blood contracting is the pump. When your blood is contracting like that, your body does like release endorphins. And if you focus mentally on that contraction, if you focus mentally on it, whether it's the chest or like back, all that stuff, if you focus mentally on the contraction, you will become like addicted to it. Arnold Schwarzenegger said that the pump to him feels more pleasurable than an orgasm. Now, I don't know if that's necessarily true, but it does start to feel good when you concentrate on it. I love that people are asking if this is a Trump hat. This is a Russian Trump hat that in Russian says, "Make America Great Again." Is it not clear, the Russian? I guess it's not. From a distance, it does kind of look like a Trump hat, doesn't it? I wonder if anybody's come in here and they've been like, hey, maybe I should try Lila Farley's English stream. And then they come and see the Trump hat and they're like, oh my God, he's a Trumper. I'm out. Get me the fuck out of here. Get me the fuck out of here. Yeah, the diet habits. I mean, I said it last night and I'll say it again. Lifting weights, I think, is like 40% of the battle. Exercise is 40% of the battle. Diet is 60%. And so if the diet's everything. The diet's everything. But the diet also, I always tell people, like, my job is I go on camera in front of you guys, right? I have to go on camera. I am going to make music videos where I'm trying to make like cool videos that are visually pleasing to my audience. This is my job. This is my vocation. I take it very seriously. So it makes sense for me to invest a lot of time into making like at least my body, my physique as good as I can. Now, I just like being fit and I like being healthy. But eating healthy and eating how healthy I do, the nutrition steps that I take are not necessarily ones that everybody should take. The first thing that you should do if you want to like figure out exercise is you need to first set your own goals. Like, what's your goal? Are you trying to get a six pack? Well, then your nutrition, you're going to really have to change your nutrition. If you're trying to get, maybe just a little bit more definition in your arms and your back and your chest, yeah, nutrition's kind of important, but it's not going to kill you if you have, some chocolate every once in a while. But you have to set your goals. My goal is, I'm not drinking right now because in a month I have to shoot my music video for my next song, which is about my affection for a physically very attractive Chinese girl that wasn't necessarily very mentally attractive. And it's a very fun song, but in one of the scenes, it's going to be like by a pool. So I need to prepare for that shot and make sure that I have the body that I want for that shot. Because I'm not fucking around here, guys. I think that my next song is fucking sick. I think it's going to get a lot of attention. And I think I want to do everything I can to make sure that it gets a lot of attention. And if that means that like 2 shots where you have like a shot of my body, it's to be like, oh, this guy raps in Chinese and English. Oh, and he's also absolutely shredded. I'm just trying to be a professional entertainer. It's my job. I consider it my job. So that's why, I do all this stuff. So Badge asked me if I wear this, is it cold? Am I cold? I'm not cold at all, man. At LA, November, we're getting to the best parts of LA. In November, December, January, sometimes it starts to rain a little bit more. But, is the song autobiographical? Yes, Mighty Duck. It is, Mighty Duck. The song is written from my perspective. I'll show you guys. Let's look at this. Let's look at this. I'll show you guys my ad. Let's look at this. Let's take a look at this. Chrome tab. Here we go. So this is it. This is the ad right now because I have to find a girl to be in the music video. Oh yeah, this is a really you're right, Dave, by the way. No sugar, and also don't do any white rice or any white bread or anything like that. A whole grain. So this is the music video's ad that's on Backstage. Now rolls Communist Lady, a very attractive Chinese girl who happens to love the Communist Party of China. The rapper is battling between his attraction for her physical appearance and his loathing of her political views. Curvy, thick physique preferred. Between 27 to 28 years old. Oh, shoot. That's not what I mean. I mean, appearance has to be between 27 and 28. Appearance is between 28 and 27, 28. So anyone, I don't know, 21 to 40 can work. Right, because Asian women don't fucking age. Why is that? Can someone tell me why? Is it really genes, or is it just because Asian women walk around with freaking umbrellas protecting them from the sun? I can't be, because I know Asian Americans that also don't age. It's crazy, being white. I guess we have a lot of advantages as white people, but I'll tell you one thing: our skin certainly cracks the fastest. Yeah, so here it is. This is the information, guys. If you want to distribute this Miss Communist music video, the Miss Communist music video, it's going to change everything. No, I'm 37. Wow, Aaron, you're not 37, are you really? You don't look like it in that picture. Actually, I guess 37. I guess there's a huge difference, but one thing can be for sure: if Lila Farley, no, I'll tell you the reason that I think white people age is because white people, like, I didn't use face lotion until I was 24, because the Korean girl that I was seeing at the time was like, dude, you should use face lotion after you wash your face. I was like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? Like, I just wash it and we're good. She's like, no, you should put lotion on your face. I was like, why? She was like, look at your forehead. You're 24 and you already have all those wrinkles. So I was like, oh shit. And so I started, using lotion. But like, obviously I'm just one white person, so you can't take my experience and define all white people's experience as this. But in my family and the people that I grew up around, I guess my mom probably uses lotion on her face, but all my friends like don't do stuff. They don't do that. And it was only until later that I figured out like, oh, people lotion. They lotion your body and shit. And then also white people like to go out and just get tan. My sister, I have like the black Irish in me where I look kind of like a Spaniard, but my sister has got the full wasp side of my mother in her, whereas she goes out in the sun for 20 minutes and she's redder than the devil's dick. So like, but she still thinks being tan is such a great looking thing, so she'll go out and get tan all the time, and she just gets sunburns herself and sunburns herself, and eventually she's going to pay for it. But what do you want to do? I also love the sun. I love the sun. I think I'm willing to sacrifice a little bit of aging in order to get some of that vitamin D. 1983, one away from 1984, that great Bowling for Soup song. Susie, what are you doing for Thanksgiving, Lila? So for Thanksgiving, I was thinking about going to a friend's house, but we'll see. I'm not sure, because Thanksgiving, I am going to be putting a video out on that day. I just have a lot of work to do, to be honest with you guys. I have big plans for Lila Farley Productions coming up. And this song that I'm making is, I'm going to have to, I produce all my music videos. So every music video that is on my page, every single song, I produced it, which means I found the locations. I found the people. I negotiated with the people for the locations. I drew up the storyboard. I also was the editor, so I edited every single music video that I have. And I'm also the fucking rapper and the performer. So the talent is what they say. And so I have to do a lot, and I have to make sure that everything is prepared so that the day that we're shooting, I don't really have to worry about all the production stuff, and I can just like go into the camera roll. In order to do that, I got to prepare. And so Thanksgiving, I don't know if I'm actually going to do anything, because I'll probably just do my next video. I'll shoot it out on Thursday. And then after that, I got to start preparing for the music video as well as some other videos to have like ready to go. I have to prepare videos ready to go so that when I'm doing the music video for that week, that, my YouTube can still update. So I'm getting into a crunch time, and I'm probably not going to rest and really take a break until after New Year's Eve. Like, I'll go home for Christmas and I'll enjoy Christmas with my family and stuff. But right after Christmas, I'm probably going to go to Washington, D.C. to interview someone that I'm not going to tell you guys yet because it hasn't been confirmed yet. But I bet you guys have noticed recently I've done, I did that interview show with Kevin, who is a Trump supporter. And I just wanted to show the freaking internet and the world that, hey, guess what? I hate Trump. I wrote a song about wanting him to friggin' like vanish off the face of the earth, but I can still sit next to a guy that voted for this man and have a fine conversation with the guy. You know why? Because Kevin doesn't take himself too seriously. That's all I care about. I think the most important thing in analyzing whether or not I can be friends with someone is, do you take yourself too seriously? If you take yourself too seriously, I don't know if we're going to get along very well, because I don't take myself seriously at all. I'm wearing a freaking Russian Trump hat, man. But anyway, so I'm going to continue the type of interview shows where I have that, where it's more of a conversation. It's more of a conversation, relaxed conversation, and I'll add some post-production work. And I'm going to do it with Chinese. I got a really young Chinese guy who's really interesting. And then I'm going to do it with a few other people and just see where we go. Because, I did host an interview show. Let's see if we can find this interview show. Can we find this? Love your music video. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Nice. Well done. I appreciate that a lot. I mean, I like music videos and I like making them. They're just they're very stressful, because when you put so much work into a song, you put so much work into the crafting, the lyrics, to getting the melody right, the drum beat right. Now you have a saxophone solo, like all this stuff. And then that's still only half the battle. You still have to get the music video right. Like, it doesn't matter if you have the dopest song ever. You got to get the music video right, because it's 2020 and people don't really just, well, I guess they do listen to music, but much more people just consume music through the visual medium of YouTube. And so you have to get the video right. And so it's just a lot of pressure, but I'm not worried about it. I like it. And that's why I'm fucking meant to do what I do. I'm meant to do this job. I'm meant to do this stuff. You hate both Trump and Xi? Yeah, definitely. I wrote a whole song about how they're the same thing. There are a lot of Trumpers in California. There are a lot of Trumpers everywhere, which is why I don't like, dude, I hate Trump. I think that he really is presenting this most serious challenge to the validity of the American government that this country's ever seen. I don't like the guy at all. I think he is one of the shittiest human beings I've ever had to talk about, read about, speak about. He's one of the shittiest people I've ever had to even interact with in my life. He's literally a spoiled, rotten baby that cannot admit any fault and is willing to sacrifice anything and everything, other people as well, in order to maintain an image. Okay, just like the Communist Party. So he's a shitty fucking person. However, I don't like the idea of being like, haha, guess what, Trumpers? Your candidate lost now, so you're fucked for the next 4 years. Like, that is the worst mentality that the left can come back with. And I saw this one Chinese, but she's in America. No, she lives in America. She's been in America for a really long time, and she writes in English. I forget what her name is though, but she's Chinese and she's very liberal left, and she's very baizuo, kind of the word that Chinese Trump fans use. And someone posted, I think it was Katy Perry posted that hey, now you should just go hug your family members that like Trump, and just we need to try and mend the divide that is tearing our country apart. And the key to do it, and then this girl retweeted that and was like, nah, I don't think so. And I was just like, dude, that is the fucking issue. The left, you can't just say that all Trumpers are fucked in the head. There's a reason that they were seduced by Trump's rhetoric. There's a reason that so many people in America were seduced by Trump's rhetoric. And it's worth thinking about when you try and fix the Democratic Party. The Democrats lost seats in Congress, and they might lose the Senate. So if they lose the Senate, they lost seats in Congress. If they lose more seats and they lose the majority of Congress in 2022, I mean, we're not ever going to improve. We're just going to be stuck in gridlock consistently. We're just never going to get improvements to our country. It's unbelievable. So I don't even know why these Chinese Trump fans are crying and fucking, they're going through all the stages of grief, man. Just denial, attack, all this stuff. But guess what? If the Democrats don't get the Senate, it's going to be really hard. There's not going to be any enormous scope, institutional reform. It just won't happen. If we lose Georgia. I mean, it's fucking crazy to really think about how important this Georgia senator race is. It is so important because I don't know if I necessarily identify myself as a Democrat. I think that a lot of my views lean more towards libertarian, but I think that if the Democrats cannot get the majority in the Senate, we're not going to see any reform that this country desperately needs. For one, get rid of the fucking colleges. Get rid of these goddamn voter colleges. I'm so done with these things. Get them out. These electoral colleges are such bullshit. Get them out. We need that out. That would just be such a huge change. And if you have Mitch McConnell as the majority party leader in the Senate, you ain't never going to see that, man. I think I should get a truck hat. I think truck hats are my look, dude. I think I should get a truck hat. It can cover up my balding too. It can cover up my balding. If any of you are balding like me, get finasteride 1 milligram. You can get it from your dermatologist. It'll stop your balding. It won't grow back your hair, but it'll stop your balding. So help us. Help what? Yeah, don't put everyone in the left basket. Yeah, I'm not putting everyone in the left basket. I just mean like a hardcore kind of left that is very, I don't know. Because I think the left should be tougher. I do want the left to be tougher, and I want them to be, speak more colloquially. Like I want them to be more like real people versus trying to be obsessed with maintaining an image of like, I'm a fucking politician, so I'm clean as can be. It's like, no, you're a human being. Talk to us as if you like we're just the same people. Talk to us as if you don't. What did Nancy Pelosi? She like got her nails done or got her hair done or something. Cost tens of thousands of dollars or something. Like just talk to us as if you're just like sit next to me at the bar, at a hotel bar, and we're just trying to hang. I think that the Democrats could probably do a better job doing that. But it's hard when you have a part of the extreme of Democrats that are the extreme left. I mean, some of the stuff that they push and that they really expect other people to accept is just going to kill them. It's going to prevent anybody in the middle, or not anybody in the middle, but it's going to prevent so many people in the middle from trying to identify themselves as a Democrat. Because it's like, yeah, I agree with a lot of liberal views. In fact, I pretty much agree with all of them. But if like when you do stuff like make who was the actress that she was Catwoman in the last Batman, or in the second Batman? I forget what her name is, but I think that she recently apologized because she had to act a role where she had like no limbs, or she was like missing certain limbs, and she apologized to the Missing Limbs Association of America or something. And it's just like, if you push for that, if you're the side that even the extreme parts of you push for that, it's going to be really difficult for cool, calm, collective middle people that stand in the middle to identify themselves as with your party. Because it's just, the political correctness thing is too far. It is fucking bullshit. I think it's Anne Hathaway. That's who it was, I think. I mean, that's why I come on here, dude. That's why I come on here and I just let it rip, man. I don't ever want to have to apologize. I mean, I guess I probably will. I talk so much. I'm probably going to have to apologize for something. I mean, I won't ever apologize. I think that changing your view as you grow as a person is something that you guys should expect from your friends, your family, and you should expect it from me. If you're coming to watch my YouTube, you're paying my attention to my YouTube right now. As my YouTube channel grows, and as we get bigger, and as I get more fame or whatever, you should expect me in some of my views to change. If I didn't change in any of my views, then what the fuck? You're not an interesting person. You're just like a stone. Your views should always have a little bit of malleability. I always tell people, if you can create a good enough argument for me, then I'm down to listen, dude. I'm down to have my mind changed. Having your mind changed is a beautiful experience. I realized I gave an example yesterday of this. There was one time where I was hanging out with my friends. They were my friends from when I was very young. In Chinese, they call them fa xiao, which is, I think, Beijing Hua. But they call them fa xiao, which means friends from when you're very young. We were in our mid-20s at this point, so we'd known each other for a very long time. We got Starbucks, and I asked for a straw. I came back, and I started drinking from a straw. My friend's like, why are you drinking from a straw? And I was like, well, if you drink from a straw, the coffee will not stain your teeth. My friends were like, dude, that's not true. And I was like, no, it's definitely true. Meanwhile, I've done this for 7 years, probably. Just every time I was drinking coffee, I tried to drink it through a straw. I stopped drinking hot coffee because I could only do cold coffee through a straw to try and save my teeth. My friends are like, no, that's not true. I Google it. It's not true at all. It's a complete myth. As soon as the coffee goes in your mouth, the straw is not helping it not stain your teeth. It's going to stain your teeth no matter what. And in that moment, I was just like, fuck, dude. I thought that was obvious. I thought that was definitely true for years. And I was just wrong. It's like, What else are you wrong in? And it will like crumble your reality around you. But I also think that sometimes that's like a beautiful experience, man. It's a really cool feeling to be like, oh shit, I'm so glad I know that now. Wow, I can't believe that I was fucking that up before. I'm so glad that I'm armed with that knowledge now. 支持一下乐乐. Yo, thank you so much. 黄土. Yellow Earth. Yellow Earth. 黄土. That's a great Chinese movie. Any of you guys are ever interested in a great Chinese movie? I think it's Chen Kaige, the director, who does Yellow Earth. It's a great Chinese movie. I think they should have English subtitles because it's very artsy. It's intense, though. I mean, it's like not, it's an intense movie. A lot of the fifth generation Chinese directors, they create some pretty intense stuff because they're coming out of the Cultural Revolution. So a lot of their movies are intense. Thank you so much, though, Huang Tu. Thank you so much for all of your support over these past few months. We really appreciate it here at Lila Farley Productions. We really appreciate you, man. I want to try your video shooting. Can I join? Kai Wong. Yeah, if you live in Los Angeles, definitely just either hit me up on Instagram or Twitter, or just respond to that backstage link. I'm just going to post it. I'll post it right here in the chat. You can also just respond to that too. But yeah, definitely. Dude, we need all the help we can get. The toughest thing to do is to find people, especially if you want to go on camera, that are down to go on camera with a song that goes, she asked me what I think about Tiananmen Square. I play stupid saying I don't think I've ever been there. Hey, she says I'm talking about the tanks. Utilized against their citizens. Was our government fair? The government fair. The government fair. Yellow soil. No. Yellow Earth is the name of the movie. That's the English name of the movie. Prerequisite is you have to love the CCP, right? I don't know what you're talking about, JZO. I'm not sure what you're talking about. I thought you were going to say that coffee doesn't stain your teeth. No, it definitely does. I just thought I could do it with a straw. So I talked about this yesterday on the stream, in the Chinese stream. I'll talk about this and then I'll get out of here because I like to keep these English streams right around an hour. I've realized that's the sweet spot. But, there's a few things that have happened as a 28 and 29-year-old that have really fucked up my sense of reality and made me feel like I live in a system that's just controlled by billionaire pedophiles. And I actually have no fucking idea what's going on in the world. And one of them, obviously, like I'm assuming a lot of other people, was when Epstein got killed. When Epstein was so blatantly, not like when he was suicided, when he so blatantly was not killed himself. And they just like really didn't even care to make it like it wasn't that obvious. I was just like, oh shit. Okay, well, let's think. Who would want him to get killed? People that he could say were at his billionaire pedophile orgies. So you have billionaire pedophiles that control the goddamn world. And that just scared the shit out of me. And then you have the primaries where during the Democratic debate, they literally gave Andrew Yang like 15 seconds of speaking time, and they gave Biden and other more popular candidates like a minute, 2 minutes. And it was just like, whoa, this is fucking crazy. Like there are powers to be that are choosing this candidate. The fact that like we would even think that Andrew Yang would have a chance or like go for that, or we would think that we would be able to pick someone like Bernie is bullshit. It just made me feel like, oh, actually, it's not. It's just they're going to tell us which candidates we can choose between. They're going to tell us which candidates we can choose between. And everything in the primaries leading up to the nomination for the Democratic Party, if you as a citizen think that you have influence over that, apparently that's fucking bullshit. I mean, I don't know if that's completely true, but like, I said it yesterday in the stream, and I really mean this. I'm not saying that all conspiracy theories are wrong, and I'm not saying that people that believe in conspiracies are fucking crazy or stupid. You just have to be able to discern between which ones are complete bullshit, like voter fraud in 2020 election, when Trump said there was voter fraud in the 2016 election, and he also said that the voting machines had a problem in the 2012 election. So why the hell would you listen to him now? But the conspiracy of like when you have someone like, Epstein getting killed, and then you have someone like Andrew Yang, who is just so progressive in his way of thinking that he is just someone that the system you could feel really wouldn't like. They really wouldn't like it because he is like really trying to change everything. He's got like the mind and the ability, the charisma. And so you just think the people that control the system just arrange it. And us as, sheeple are just like, dude, the one thing my sister has like some friends that are all New York. They're like, listen, I've worked in New York for 8 years. Okay. Let me tell you something about New York. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. Like they're kind of Bideswell. They're very, very, very left. Now I'm totally fine with Democrat, left, right, whatever. But one time we were eating because they came up to my parents' house one summer during the Democratic primaries, and they were talking about, well, what do you think about these candidates? Well, I think blah, blah, blah is blah, blah, blah. No, I think that she's like got a little bit more blah, 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 blah. And then I was like, well, actually, I actually like Andrew Yang. And this girl goes, my sister's friend goes, oh, he seems like such like an awkward, like he's got like no personality. And I was like, I lost it. I was like, you're the problem. I was like, you are the problem with American politics. You're basing your view off this man, off 15 seconds of camera time that he was allotted during a debate. 15 seconds. And you're going to jump to the conclusion that he's awkward, weird, that he doesn't have the charisma. Well, have you watched the 3-hour interview that he did with Joe Rogan? Have you watched any of the other thousands of other interviews that he's done? No, but he's weird. It's so frustrating, dude. It's so frustrating. It's unbelievable. It's so funny. Look at this, Chairman Mao. I guess Chairman Mao's like a pretty passionate Trump supporter. Chairman Mao. Hey guys, let's check out. Oh, what's up, Mr. Sharky Boo? Let's show Chairman Mao something before we go. Man, you should check out Dutch Greenhouse. They look dope. Seems like the answer to the future of mankind. Well, you can show it to me. Chinese skills are much better than Andrew Yang's. I'm telling you, next time Andrew Yang is trying to run for public office, I want to make a video with him. I've got the video. I have the script. I know it already. I have it, Andrew Yang. Andrew Yang, hit me up, dude. Also, send me how to talk about your views and policies in Chinese so that I can tell these Chinese people why I like you. Because I don't understand. I do not know how to speak about the things that you do in Mandarin. Voter fraud is very possible. I'm not saying voter fraud is not possible. There's just no signs of it. We have no conclusive proof of large-scale voter fraud. There's just none. Can you say you consider yourself libertarian versus left? I think so. I mean, it was Stan from Poland, this other Chinese-speaking YouTuber, who told me that, because I would always talk about like my views, and he was like, well, you sound like you're libertarian. And I was like, well, actually, I haven't done enough work to figure out what libertarian is. And then I looked at it and it was like, well, broadly speaking, it's someone that's socially liberal but fiscally conservative, which is definitely something that I could get behind, because like I think that the government is a very inefficient spender. I feel like when the government, intervenes too heavily in things, they usually fuck it up. And I really do like the concept of the free market for a lot of things. But at the same time, I can't sit here and pretend like that I know a lot about the education system of America, even though I criticize it all the time. I think I know more than your average American, but I don't know as much as like a teacher or like a superintendent. And at the same time, I also don't know that much about insurance. I don't know what the cost benefit analysis is, the intricacies of it, of like state-run insurance versus a private industry or some type of hybrid of that. I just trust what the people that I think that their opinions are, or just trust the news sources that I read, which is the Foreign Affairs Journal, Economist, Wall Street Journal, New York Times, and all the Chinese state-run media. Because I do Chinese state-run media to decode it so that I can understand what the Chinese government's thinking. To be honest with you guys, I don't really fucking. So I just say you shut up until it's confirmed, buddy. I just say you shut up until it's confirmed, buddy. No, how about this? How about this, Chairman Mao? Why don't you put your money where your mouth is? Chairman Mao, if it comes out that there's nothing that he doesn't, there's no voter proof, there's nothing proof that they don't win any of their cases for large scale voter fraud, you have to join my membership, Chairman Mao. You have to become a member of my channel. Okay. The day that Trump steps down from office, and they don't have any of these answers that I don't think are ever going to come. If that happens, put your money where your mouth is, Chairman Mao. You have to become a member of my channel. Everyone here is a witness to it, okay? Everyone here is a witness to it. I don't know if libertarian is a right-wing ideology. I don't really know. I don't really like to go right and left. I just kind of like to spread every issue out individually. I'm not a single issue voter. Many people are single issue voters. All right, before we go, I got to show Chairman Mao something so that he can suck a wiener. I love calling him Chairman Mao. Okay, let's bring back my little Word document here. Look at this, guys. Do we know what this is? Does someone need to translate this for Chairman Mao? Chairman Mao, he said, hell yes. Oh, yes, it is. Okay, yes, it is. All right, cool. I don't care. Wait, hey, Chairman, are you saying hell yes to the deal? Are you going to become a member and put your money where your mouth is, or are you just going to run away like a coward? Yeah, so look at this. This is Donald Trump's tweet, November 6, 2012. More reports of voting machines switching Romney votes to Obama. Play close attention to the machines. Don't let your vote be stolen. Very interesting. And it's also interesting that Mr. Mao here would trust Donald Trump's opinion when the man has over and over again has demonstrated that when he says there's voter fraud, it doesn't actually mean anything and nobody's ever taken it seriously. Nobody's ever taken it seriously. So why the fuck should we start taking it seriously now? Oh, because he lost? Oh, that's really convenient. Let's watch another video for Mr. Chairman Mao before I go. Yo, Schwein. Nice to have you, Schwein. Cheers to you, man. We'd love to have you here at Lila Farley Productions. If you're a member of Lila Farley Productions, every Monday you will be able to download all the streams from the weekend. They're MP3s. So in case you don't want to look at my disgusting face, you can just listen to the streams as of every Monday. And you don't have to have advertisements. So thank you, Schwein. Okay, let's see. Which, yes. All right, here we go. Yep. All right, one more thing that we're going to look at before we go. Okay, one more thing. The jury's still not out. Yeah, Chairman Mao's silent because he's fucking getting called out, dude. He's scared. It's okay. When I started saying that Biden was going to win, 3 months ago, Chinese Trump fans were laughing at me. They were calling me a dumbass. They were saying, I'll bet you $10,000 that doesn't happen. And I was like, I don't have $10,000, bro. But yeah, if the litigation, when it ends and you don't get what you want, there's no proof of fraud, you got to become a voter member. You got to become a Lila Farley member. And if there is voter fraud, what do you want me to do? I'll fucking pour a big bottle of ice water on my head, or a big bucket of ice water on my head. Okay, so let's watch this video that I've got up here. Let me make sure that you guys can hear it, actually, though. Let me make sure you can hear it. Let's look at this video here. Okay. Yes. Can you guys hear this? All right. Let me know if you can hear it. Okay. Oh shit. I can't hear anything. Can you guys hear it? No, I can't hear it either. Let me see what I got here. Damn. Well, I guess I'll have to fix this for the next stream. Basically, what that Trump girl is doing right there is she's saying, oh, fuck this. Let me see if I can get this fucking shit. I'll find this. Ah, shit. I can't find it. Yeah, let me find it. I got it. That's a sad video. All right, whatever. You guys don't need to see it. But so the thing about this video and what it is, and the reason that I like this video. What's up, Mask Man? I think you would like this video too. Fuck it. Let me see if I can get this. All right, we have a second. Let me try and find this video real quick. Everybody give me a minute. Take a pee break, okay? Take a pee break. Stop sharing. Let me see this file. Open recent. Okay, I'll be able to find it. Trust me, guys. I've got you. I will be able to find this. Hui now see. 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 Okay. Wen Yun Chao. Wen Yun Chao. All right, here we go. Here we go. Okay. Oh, he follows me. All right, you guys can see what I'm doing here. I'll bring up the screen so you can see what I'm doing. I think YouTube helped. Don't show this to the screen. Let you share audio. Share audio. Checkbox in the next window. Application. Chrome tab. Yes. Okay. Here we go. I got this. Here we go. All right. Let's look at this. Look at that. He follows me. I'm happy. I'm happy now. I'm a much happier man. Let's find this video. Find this video and watch it together with Mr. Mao. I hope Mao hasn't left so he can watch this video because this is a good video for him. Personally, I think it's specifically a good video for him. Wait, let's see. Oh my God, look at that. Look at that fucking image of Trump, dude. Oh shit. Okay, hold on. Sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm not a professional. 不太清. Wait, definitely has fraud. So why does Lila still supports Biden? Wait, you can't say definitely has fraud. None of the courts have said that. No one has come back to say there's definitely fraud. So just shut up. Never ever. Shut up. Just fucking, you're wrong. No, it's not. I can't. Well, it might be deleted actually. Let's see what was the date. When you Chao. Oh, okay. Let's look at this. What was the date? Well NN. Wait, we can go to Well NN's page. She follows me too. That's great news. Okay, here we go. Now we're getting into it. Now we're getting into the meat. All right. Should be right around here. Wow. Do you guys think that she deleted it? If she deleted it, then I'm just going to have to upload it to somewhere where I can actually get the sound so I can show it to you guys. Because I just think it's the best. It's like the best metaphor I've ever seen for Chinese Trump fans and American Trump fans, the relationship between them. Oh, here we go. I got it. All right, we're good. We're live. How many people we got? We didn't lose that many. All right, you guys ready? 这个不是中文直播，这个不是中文直播， boy. Hey, Chairman Mao, I bet you learned that technique from Donald Trump, right? If you say things with all caps, people will listen to you better, right? You'll think people will listen to you if you use all caps. I'm here to tell you, Chairman, if you use all caps, you actually look like a fucking moron. Yeah. So just think about that next time you read one of Donald Trump's tweets. All right, let's do this. You guys got it? Got it on your screen now? And now you got the sound? Do you have the sound?
Okay, everybody. Take that shit back to China!
Do you have sound? Can you hear it? You can? Did you guys hear that? Okay, these are Chinese Trump fans that are trying to participate in a MAGA and a Trump little rally here, okay? Look, that woman laughs because I guess they don't understand English or they're just so awkward.
Okay, everybody.
Look at that. That's what American Trump fans think about you. Chinese Trump fans. That's what they think about you. Chinese Trump fans think that racist people that like Trump, because it's not all Trump fans are racist. It would be stupid to say that. But I think something that you could get away with saying is that all racists are Trump fans. And look what's happening right there. Those people are trying to connect with these Americans. They're trying to connect with them as a political, like, hey guys, we're a part of this together. Like, we're from China. We also support Trump. Like, we're in this together. And what did all those Trump fans say? It wasn't just one of them. Several of them. Go back to China and then take that shit back to China. Like, that is fucked, dude. That's not the American way. Unfortunately, it's not the American way. So if you're a Chinese Trump fan, good for fucking you. Go ahead and do it. But just know that the man you support and the other people that support him, there's a lot of people that don't give a fuck about you, that hate you. Like, what do you think the Chinese virus, that term, has done? Okay. You think it was good for Asian Americans? You think it was good? You think it was good for Asian Americans? Don't be ridiculous. See that? You're so biased, Lila. I'm biased. I'm just showing you a video, dude. I'm just showing you a video. I didn't make that video. All right, we're putting Chairman in timeout. He's such a fucking moron. If Trump never gets his way, do you think he will go to the FISC? He won't be able to. Yo, so Trump doesn't have the money. Trump is like seriously in financial issues. Like, Trump has some really intense financial issues. That is, oh, dude, Adam, I totally agree. By the way, Adam, I totally agree. Adam, this is really interesting. Okay. And then I'll say this before I go. So it's not to say that the left doesn't have racism. The left has racism for sure, but it's just a different form of racism. I actually think, political correctness, I think, is a form of racism. Like, I think that when, especially like, white women will just like feel like they can be in a position where like they're going to defend minorities against evil white men. I feel like that's racist because you're looking at other colored people as like people that need your protection. I feel like that's just another form of racism. Now, Adam, it's funny that you say that because in LA, I lived with my best Chinese friend I've ever had. I lived with him for almost 2 years in Los Angeles. And he was like one of my best friends ever. He's just the fucking man. We would go to everywhere with each other. Bars, haircuts, like restaurants. We go everywhere with each other. I can't tell you how many times American people would say to us, oh, well, how'd you guys meet? Or, wow, I never thought you guys would be friends. Like, I can't tell you how many times. And, I guess I'm not saying that that's racist. But like, it is weird that in a place that you would hope would be so open to diversity, that a white dude hanging out with an Asian dude would not be cause for, oh, wow, what's going on there? What's going on between you two? Now, I guess you could say like, well, Lila, you're 6'3" and you're kind of a bro. Well, my Chinese friend was like, he's like fucking 5'10", is like a good looking dude. I just don't think that it's like, it's odd. All I can say is it makes me feel odd sometimes. But I can't sit here and pretend that I know how it feels. Like I've had Chinese people like do racist things to me, but it wasn't in something that really hurt my feelings. Like it was like, oh, you're a foreigner, so you think this way, or you want this, or you don't want this, or you should think this way. It's like very innocent racism, where it's like, oh, well, aren't all foreigners this way? Aren't all Americans this way? Aren't all white people this way? And that's just because they don't really interact with diversity. But I don't know. I don't know, man. To be honest, the only good reasons Chinese can be Trump fans is that Trump isolates U.S. from the rest of the world, making the overall democratic human rights countries weaker against China. Yep. And we'll end this stream on that because Wayabel Pitt put it very well, and I can't put it any better. That's it. I mean, that's literally the reason that you shouldn't support Trump, is because he will make America unstable and weak, and China will just become a bigger North Korea. China eventually is going to take advantage of suffering economies like Cambodia and other ones in its neighbors, Thailand, and the Philippines. They're going to eventually go back to China, despite the fact that they might be like, oh my God, we got to really reevaluate our relationship with China. As soon as their economy starts experiencing a recession or just a decline, they're eventually going to go back to China's arms, and the Chinese Communist Party is going to welcome them. And eventually the Chinese Communist Party is going to isolate enough countries that do trade with it that it can just be self-sustaining. It can just be a self-sustained monster that's not necessarily growing economically, but still just has, they have nukes, and they're just they're obviously a much scarier problem than Russia. So Biden is completely outdated on that perspective. All racists are Trump fans. Nice word. Totally agree with what you said. I personally have experienced racist assaults from Trump fans in real life. Hope Americans are like you. Some beer. Wow. That just frustrates me so much to even hear. It's just fighting with someone, like physically getting into an altercation with them, unless you're like defending yourself or defending your family or a friend or a girlfriend or something. I just think fighting is so childish sometimes. Like I fought way too much in college. I got into so many fights in college. And when I look back at it, I'm just like, God, this is so stupid. Just so dumb. There's just never a reason. Well, I guess there's obviously reasons that you can get violent, but I don't know, just especially racist assaults. I mean, I hope that you can like prosecute them for hate crime or something, man. That's just frustrating. That is not the America that I love. It's not the America that can be the leader of the free world. It's not. I don't care if a certain amount of America feels that way. It's just that's not the America that the world needs. The America that the world needs is one of the greatest diversity, not only in race, but the greatest diversity in thought that you have. That's what we need. Having so many cultural backgrounds, having so many ethnicities, cultures, and language come to your country. They want to come to America is the biggest advantage, bar none, for America. It's the biggest advantage we have. We can benefit from from diversity. I mean, diversity is the answer. I always say, if I'm running for office, fucking 2028, Lawrence Farley, Lila Farley, actually, I would never use Lawrence. I go by Alex, by the way, as my middle name. I don't go by my first name. But Lila Farley, fuck each other. Maybe not fuck each other. Bang each other. Lila Farley, bang each other. And my platform is that you should have sex and preferably a child with someone from a different cultural background from you. Now, I'm not going to say you should have someone different race. I'm not going to say that because that's fucking weird. But you should at least try to just do it with someone who has a different cultural background from you. So that way, the next generation that grows up, it will solve racism. I'm just kidding. I'm obviously fucking kidding. You should have a kid with someone you love and care about. I just think diversity is the answer. Diversity is the answer. We ain't going back. There's no going back. Yo, thank you so much, Jay-Z. I appreciate you, dude. Thank you so much. And guys, until next time, thanks for coming tonight. The Chinese stream is going to start in 3 hours, and I'm going to edit video until that stream starts. So I'll see you guys later. It's been real. I'm your boy, Lila Farley, and I will catch you next time. Peace. See you later. See you later. The next batter, here to shatter your bladder. It doesn't matter, skinny or fat or light skin or black, baby. I drop these beneath with my me screaming, "I puppy." I love it when they call me Big Papa. They only smoke blunts if they roll proper. Look, I gotcha. Caught up with the flow. The drunk tie condo, a fuck fofo. So bitches get mad because they bitch chose me, a big black motherfucker in jeans. You see, all I do is separate the game from the truth. The Bronx to Bolivia, like Olivia Newt. all right, I'm out. See you guys later. See you guys later. Not the answer, just the only way forward. That's the only way we have.